swear in some judges be ma omo ebaye omo batch no avie na doma hene kra ka ho bi swear omo in na another set of judges na was enke swear omo in high court judges and I was enke swear omo in na nso so antimi ama so ama ya postpone indefinitely ama abanfo bebre bisa say den na judges are here omo high court na omo be ye adwuma de ema yen no omo swearing in yetimi a suspend indefinitely now we and actually amanfo adwene ekoso say about 10 years ago anas edin expose bi ba ya high court judges about 7 of them omo ensem bebre eba ya yesi ebi mu akoje ebi mu na mponche nyina ka ho ebi mu gigi sika trying to overturn a ruling in favor of Mohammed Adamude ebebro omo no we na amanfo bebre bi say ebia investigations no anwie enti also omo call back no mo hwemu ye said ebe ya these high court judges are ebe so omo yin omo so enko no mo go repeat the same thing because this was a very huge case. It was reported in Ghana High International Fronts in India. They were all talking about it. It was quite unfortunate. Ghana as at that time 10 years ago a judicial system. And this is a releaser Abba yes a releaser Abba from the judicial secretary or they Abba were releasing ama yenina yenso yensa can be nti kind na mahudi wom na monso mahye so ewo honom enti yes to all newly selected high court judges yet to be sworn in na say yedin ka select your dada akase yebe swear omo in eno ena ya twe asensen kakra indefinitely enti yes Office of the Judicial Secretary, PO Box 119, Accra, Ghana. This is a circular release about to all newly selected High Court judges yet to be sworn in. You are to take notice that due to unforeseen circumstances, the planned swearing in of newly selected High Court judges scheduled to take place tomorrow, Thursday, 9th October 2025, at the Jubilee House has been postponed indefinitely. A new date will be communicated to you. Any inconvenience is sincerely regretted. Please accept my kind regards. This is from Mr. Musa Ahmed, Judicial Secretary. I copy the Acting Chief Justice. I copy the Honorable Attorney General and Minister for Justice. Yes, also a copy Secretary to the President, and I also copy members of the Judicial Council. You copy Omunyana. This is the latest update about a swearing in of judges, high court judges. They were supposed to be sworn in today. Almost swearing in, or saying and next Thursday, 9th of October, but so said the medical kind, unforeseen circumstances. Say reasons beyond, but unforeseen. It is unforeseen. You can't make any amends about it. And when America kind ebi mo ka say ebiana omo background research no in CP, because before you can bring someone into this kind of high office, and I said this front as a high court judge, yes, investigations be or say etimi ekomni ehun se nipa ni ho te clean or banna ye de obi asamba omun ruling in favor of obi a was enkasem no kotia no said a see maybe 10 years ago and ebi mo je mponche ebi mo so gisika de fatable asene de mabi mo ama anas expose e baaye ema ye nyina ye hu bia na ani tua enti we na yes amanfo bebre allege anas omo ka omo nsem fa say yes ebia investigations no omo hwie ye enti o se e hwe omo call machi omo background obi o wa asem a we di pen anas wa asem a watena so pen no o se e kono ye hwem say empo how did the story go, how did the trial go, was it fair judgment and a buyer no anas e kotia obi sa niam we nyina no e niam a o say yetimi ehwem enti yenko na yenko hwe. This was another year release about this particular same story. General Buhari Appointee here. Now, on the end, there's a twist to this whole thing. Say, what is really going on? And here another post a buyer from a General Buhari on a. Okay, yes. So next on our story, yes, we have. Our story. Yede etwaso our updates are yede mamo. Yes. President John Dramani Mahama is also abekasa and Bia na Public Accounts Committee or Motinase and now go into the accounts and as the books of a year. Some of these officials are taking a year office for the past year months how they've dealt with their books and records are about Musika at the Public Accounts Committee. Now President John Dramani nsembia tudwa abra ho mokoye samunhyiamudie bi ewo honom odi nsembia tudwa odi atudwa say the findings and the losses are recorded here Auditor General recorded here Public Accounts Committee omotena ase no. Some of these losses any unexplained expenditure kokoso no omobetena ase na they will crack the whip when you enjoy money kwa sa no ye betena se ne ahwehwem ne atena se ahwehwem yie ne ehu se usika we a wontimi nkyira se den na sika we call ye na eho entansa ne eho asotwe bi a wo se ye de ma wo no ye de amount ye nkɔ ne nkɔ tie from President John Dramani Mahama ne nsɛm a ɔde tudwa ewo ho na ye nsamra sisi.
Recently I've been watching the Public Accounts Committee and it's so pathetic. You know, why must we every year congregate at the Public Accounts Committee and then you hear all kinds of atrocious, things. I mean, recklessness with public funds and resources. And so I have a meeting on Thursday with the Chief Justice, the Attorney General, and others to find a final solution to this Auditor General's report. That persons who are found guilty of infractions or do not follow due procedure or lead to loss of public resources, we must have a fast-track process to Nsawam. Fast-track before you see you in Nsawam, 6 months. Until we do that, until there's a deterrent, we're going to come every year and they say total misappropriation and infractions of found out by the Auditor General is about 15 billion cedis. I mean, if we save 15 billion cedis, can you imagine what it could do? And so we're going to have a meeting, we're going to brainstorm. We've not fully implemented the constitutional provision. There's a part of the provision that says after the Public Accounts Committee has sat on the Auditor General's report, Parliament must set up a committee. What we don't know is whether it should be a parliamentary committee or it's a committee not necessarily made of parliamentarians to implement the findings of the Auditor General. Right now what we use is the the ARICs. Every department is supposed to set up an ARIC. But once they've come from the Public Accounts Committee, virtually nobody follows up on what's the recommendations that were given. And so the audit reports implementation committees are not working. And so we must find a way where we are able to create a deterrent until people know that you can be held responsible for these things that you do. They'll continue to do the same thing. And so after Thursday, I'm sure we'll come up with some way where persons who are culpable of misusing the resources of the people